The genesis for Camp Twin Lakes really came out of a need, and it came out of my involvement with Camp Sunshine. And I had volunteered at Camp Sunshine. It was the summer of '88 or '89. They had a small board back then, and I found out there wasn't a place to go have camp.
He was on the board of Camp Sunshine, and they needed a new site. There was another program that needed a site. Doug decided that this was an undertaking that he would take himself.
There were basically 5 or 6 of these different camping programs that were specific for children with special needs. I literally asked the question, why hasn't anybody tried to get all of these groups together to build a permanent facility?
There was lots of enthusiasm. I didn't hear a whole lot of investment from anybody that day. So Doug began his purpose of creating Camp Twin Lakes.
They need a specific week of the summer that they can count on as their own. They need specially designed cabins, medical facilities, volunteer medical professionals, and they need a beautiful site.
Doug Hertz discovered that having one site through a Camp Twin Lakes would really make everybody's life easier. And it would give quality products, and we could have a staff and train our staff so that they could deal with all the challenges and all the adaptive camping that the children require.
The camp was set up so it was totally handicap accessible, so that children, all needs, could participate there. And it was set up like a regular children's summer camp. Horseback riding, waterfront activities, swimming, boating, tennis, every activity that kids would participate in a regular summer camp, we had at Camp Twin Lakes from the very start.
It literally just came out of a discussion. Everybody said, well, that's a great idea. Who's going to do that? And so I said, well, look, I'll investigate it. I'm all in for Camp Sunshine. I went to ask some people that I trusted in the nonprofit world. And Charlie Yates, Comer's dad, was the lay leader in the community who had raised more money, been involved in all these nonprofits.
My dad, who's been involved in many fundraising efforts during his lifetime, said that Doug's efforts were the single best effort by any individual he'd ever seen in raising the money for Camp Twin Lakes.
We sat down with Doug as our leader and talked about whether or not we could possibly raise $3 million. Was I wrong? We raised $5 million. I'm glad I was wrong.
Doug inspires a whole lot of confidence because he's demonstrated such great judgment and this great capacity for being concerned about other people.
Dorothy Jordan and Sally Hale back then from Camp Sunshine helped me convene a group of all the executive directors for the different camping programs. We asked Larry Melnick, who was overseeing the Jewish Community Center camp. So those were sort of the original meetings.
Larry and Doug as a team were a powerful combination. Larry had the expertise around camping. Doug, of course, had his own capacities and abilities, and they formed an amazing leadership group, and then that became to include Dan working in the camping, and of course so many other people have been added since then.
We continued on. We added another camp the following year, and more children, more staff, and that progressed every year. And I was fortunate enough to add additional full-time staff, a secretary. Down the road we hired a development director, and we continued to move forward, and camp grew and grew until it became what it is today.